to me, but Deb was one of those times. I just knew really, really early on in our relationship that we were going to spend the rest of our lives together. I just knew it. Yeah. She did not know it, let me be very clear. She took quite a bit of convincing, but let me give you an example of my relationship to Deb. So, by the way, have we got any Wolverine fans here tonight? I hope you're not only Wolverine fans because it could be a very long night for you, but I'm just saying. I know when I say Wolverine, right, a lot of people think of this. Yep. That's how I get out of the bath every morning, folks, right there. And it's easy to look back, look at the 9 movies, it was 17 years of my life, and it's easy to think that, oh, well, it was all going to be a success, the first one, but it never felt like that. I want to take you back to the very beginning. The year was 1999, 5 weeks into shooting X-Men 1. The head of the studio at the time came up to set to visit us, pulled me aside at lunch, and he told me that they were worried at the studio. He says, listen, it's not that it's bad, but we're just not seeing on camera what we saw in the audition. It's like there's a lampshade over the light. And the very next day, by the way, the director pulled me aside and gave me the exact same speech, including the lampshade over the light metaphor, right? The whole thing. So clearly they'd been talking, and I figured, oh, this is the talk you get in Hollywood before you get fired. And I was freaking out. This was the biggest break of my career by a long way, right? So I went home to Deb, and I started complaining to her about everything. And finally, she just stopped me. And she said, babe, trust yourself. You're worrying way too much about what everyone else is thinking. Just focus on the character. Trust your instincts. You got this. And she was right. And to me, that is love, right? Someone who believes in you even when you don't really believe in yourself. And this whole show is dedicated to Deb and the kids. And right now, I would like to sing the song to which we had our first waltz at our wedding. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless she loves you. All the way, happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you. If it's real, but if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way, all the way. Now, if I ever want to describe Deb to someone who has never met her, I always tell the story of the two of us having lunch at the Peninsula Hotel in Los Angeles. We were in their restaurant in the lobby, sitting in a booth. It's a very, very fancy restaurant. And on the other side of the restaurant was this tall, dark, smiling man in an evening suit and a bow tie staring directly at Deb for a long time, right? And I didn't even know who he was. I look over at Deb, and Deb had this look on her face I have seen many times before. It's a look of panic. It's that look of, oh, I know this guy. Oh, where have I met him? Oh, what's his name? This is so embarrassing. Please don't come over here. Please don't come over here. And he starts coming over directly towards us, right? And just as he goes to reach out his hand, Deb can't take it any longer. She just leaps up out of the booth, gives him this massive hug. Darling, how are you? How's the family? How are the kids? So good to see you. There's a really, really awkward silence as they part because the guy just kept reaching his hand towards the table to pick up the plates because he was the busboy. When somebody needs you, it's no good unless she needs you. All the way through the good old lean years, and there are all those in between you. Come on, baby. I'm gonna love you all I love it. I love it when Deb is here. Thank you for being here, my baby. And thank you for allowing me to store up some really good brownie points there. That was massive. Huge, huge brownie points. Feel free to post that, by the way. Post away, retweet it. That'd be great. I see a few of the guys in the audience, they're looking at me like, thanks, pal, that's terrific, really good. I didn't even really want to come. I bought tickets for the wife, and then you had to go and do that. So I grew up with 4 older brothers and sisters. My youngest sister was born when I was 11, so for the first 11 years of my life. How you doing? You good? Ever feel like you're sitting a little too close to the telly? I love you. You got the real thing here. You can just look straight at me. Nice to see you. And on this side, I love you guys. Thank you. So I grew up the youngest, which everybody says is the best. Being the youngest is the best, right? And it's not. Yeah, okay, let me hear from you if you're the youngest in your family.